Hi everybody, it's Dr. Sue from Purely Pediatrics. I wanted to finish up my discussion on poison ivy and some management tools that may be helpful for you to use should you or your child, adolescent or young adult, actually have the rash associated with poison ivy, poison oak, or poison sumac. I wanted to talk a little bit about calamine lotion, and I hadn't brought it up in my previous video. And I did bring up use of antihistamines, use of steroids, whether topical or oral, if severe poison ivy symptoms occur, as well as Benadryl. Now, I want you to know calamine is something that has been used throughout the ages with regard to rashes. And how calamine lotion works is really pretty amazing. So when we put it on our skin, it causes a cooling effect as it evaporates. So not only does it help the itching in that way, but it can also help the irritation. It helps to dry out any blistering that can occur from the poison ivy, poison oak, and poison sumac. But the cooling effect is a really interesting one, because what it does is, you can feel generally one sensation at a time. So if you're feeling itching or even a little bit of pain associated with that calamine can really help by causing a cooling effect. And then after the cooling effect occurs, it has a drying effect, which can help to dry up any blistering, any seeping or weeping. Sometimes you'll see that poison ivy, poison oak, poison sumac rashes can weep as well, with kind of like a yellow, what we call a serosanguinous fluid. And that can happen. So calamine lotion is a wonderful treatment as well. It's a little harder when you have the rash all over the place. And that's where you want to reach out to your pediatrician, because at that point, something oral may be more helpful and more feasible to use. Another item that I wanted to mention that we have even at the urgent care is called Zanfel. Zanfel. And what that is very, very helpful for people that are just showing signs of a poison ivy, poison sumac, or poison oak rash, or that you've been exposed and you're just not sure how to get rid of it. Water and soap are super helpful, but Zanfel is a wonderful way to truly get rid of the urushiol. Sorry, that's a tongue twister, but urushiol is what causes the rashes from these plants. And that Zanfel is available right over the counter. You place it on, you leave it on for a set amount of time. I think it's close to 10 minutes, and then you wash it off, and it negates that urushiol on your skin, whereas you may even not get a rash or a reaction after using that. So again, timing is critical here. If you can get your hands on Zanfel or good soap and water with a washcloth after you've been exposed to poison ivy, poison oak, or poison sumac, the less likely you are to have an irritant reaction that occurs in a rash. So those two products I wanted to make sure to mention. Calamine is always helpful throughout the years. I remember my parents used that on me when I was a child and had poison ivy. But it's super helpful. It does have a unique way of helping us feel better, which I think is awesome. Very natural way to help us feel better too. And Zanfel is another item that's available over the counter that you may not realize can be very, very helpful if you know you're exposed or if you're just starting to get signs of a rash. That Zanfel can really get that urushiol off of the skin and help you tremendously. I've had families ask me if they've had a rash for a day, is it as helpful? It may not be, but it's always okay to try. I mean, trial and error is really the key with whatever we do in medicine. Trial and error is always okay, as long as we know that that's not going to cause any injury to the child or to the adult that uses it, which it is not. And it may help. It may help even if you've had that rash for a bit of time. So anyway, I hope this is helpful, you guys. I thought when I learned about the calamine lotion and how that helps, I thought it was really interesting. So I thought you would too. All right, guys, have a safe night, a safe summer, and I'll see you soon.